You may want to practice it, as it would be bad to mess it up when you need it. Remember, it should look something like this. If you're going to have just one shot, you better be safe than sorry. Well, safe. You know what I mean. Anyways, Wallstreet Bets shows us just how stupid and lucky humanity can be. So why don't take some lessons from the most epic losers, so that you may not need to learn the dead man's knot in the end. Dejula. This famous degenerate shows us how thin the line is between being brave and being a complete fool. See, Elon made millionaire out of many, whether it was through Tesla's shares or with his support to cryptos. Dejula wanted to join the ranks, and to save time, he went in with bold YOLO move. Maxing out 2 credit cards and a home equity line of credit, he amassed $90,000 and was waiting for his calls to be blasted into space like the SpaceX rocket. This was supposed to happen on the Cybertruck release day, but boy, that didn't work out. The stock tanked in after hours and stabilized at -4%. Dejula streamlined the next day's market open for us to see what the damages were, with his portfolio shrinking to some $30,000. On top of having a super high credit card interest to pay, he lost his job with so poor outlook and in a dire need of stability and reliable income. He shook off the sour past experience and started YOLOing professionally. A couple months later, he entrusted his future to Elon once again, investing 80% of his portfolio into an epic YOLO that worked. He then quit Robinhood altogether when he made $200K, paid his debt, and bought a new Tesla Model 3. So what can we learn from his story? A. Investing money that isn't yours is a hell of a risk. It kinda worked for Dejula, but Wallstreet Bets is littered with people for whom this didn't work out. I would not advise for anything riskier than taking a mortgage and investing it into a stable ETF. Or, if you're willing to lose someone else's money, why don't you ask your mom like the fella who lost 50 million day trading? B. Options trading allows you to lose money super fast. It is faster than the time it would take you to withdraw the money from bank and bring it to the hedge fund office just across the street to give it to the trader you're betting against. But let's see more. If I was Hayek. We see it time and time again that someone makes a fortune just to lose it right away, so that all that is left is an epic screenshot and depression. But not all degenerates are made the same, and there is one worth taking a lesson from. In the beginning of the corona crisis, a true hero emerged. This lucky degenerate used his wit in the right time. Expecting the downfall of theme parks and cruise industry, he bet $150,000 into puts on Disney and Carnival. Just days later, the virus started to erase the economy, and if I was Hayek's investment shoot to the stars, as he was making $4 million. And you may have guessed it by now, he took the outsider's perspective. Recognizing his insane luck, he did cash out the money and invested into SAP's Virgin Fund, cashing $200,000 a year. And, yes, you're completely wrong. He did hold on to his options. And then, PPP loans and stimulus packages swept the market and obliterated his puts. And all that was left behind was $20,000 and a screenshot that looked like a 5-year sex frequency chart of an 80 years old. A grim picture of a grim event. Okay, but why should we care? Ask yourself, why didn't If I Was Hayek sell his holdings? The answer is simple: pure, insatiable greed. If 4 million isn't enough, then there isn't any number that would ever be enough. Greed turned this lucky degenerate into a remarkably retarded degenerate, and that is something to look out for. You should always think of an exit strategy, otherwise you should get accustomed to seeing graphs that look like these. Every YOLO tag. The previous stories share one commonality, and that is YOLOing the life savings, or betting on a chance to change your fortune where you may end up with a Lambo or a long road. The community spirit lures the soul of every degenerate new to the channel to try this magic approach in investing. When you're reading the stories like Hurley53017, who turned $800 into $800,000 just to drop to $1K and then return to $400,000, you may start to believe that everything is possible. Though this is not a poster child of responsible financial behavior. You know, why bother to study the markets, diversify portfolio, Invest regularly, use technical analysis. Or not, hedge against risks, and wait till you become a millionaire a few years later, or at least study the company and do a proper due diligence. Time your investment right, and if all goes well, you will score a nice option. When you can, bet everything on something someone else did and it worked out for them without any further research than just reading about their success. Boy, there are so many people that just love to get burned. Don't be one of them. Or if you're going to be one of them, at least take some screenshots and share them. Thanks.